What's up, guys? Carlos, my brother.
Danny.
We're back at it. We're going to be doing an unboxing video today. It's going to be our first unboxing video. And as you can see, right in front of us, we've got the Avengers Endgame Mark 85 Iron Man suit by Hot Toys. I mean, I'm excited. This is going to be a really dope unboxing. We were able to see a quick preview at the booth that we actually bought this from. And that'll be Super Bad action figures over at Frankenson's Collector Show. We usually get all of our Hot Toys or Sideshow pieces over there. We're gonna put a link in the description, so that way if you guys want to get some and Sideshow's either sold out or you don't want to have to deal with the shipping costs or that extra tax, feel free to check them out. They're an official retailer for Sideshow, so they get everything at the best prices. But besides that, we got to see a little preview. But ultimately, we want to bring you guys along the ride because this is going to be a interesting unboxing. There was a lot of controversy leading up to this figure, as some of you may know. There was some controversy with the head sculpt that Hot Toys had promoted, and then what ultimately came out. We'll find out today which head sculpt we got.
Just a shout out to Tim and Jesse over at Super Bad, always giving us great deals on our Hot Toys. Like my brother said, make sure to go check them out. And let's get to this unboxing.
Yeah. So look, got the baby box cutter. Look at that little.
Kids don't try this at home.
As they say, cut away from you, not at you. That's how accidents happen. Staple. God damn, look at that.
Nice.
Alright, this is. There you guys go. Look at that box. Damn.
That's nice.
Oh, there you go. There's that start. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a bunch of batteries in here. So everything's separated. This is the number one thing you gotta look at. All right. Well, we'll try to give you guys a little up close look right now, but this is mandatory for any Hot Toys piece. Make sure you go through the instructions, because the last thing you want to do is start trying to bend and post things in certain ways that unfortunately it can't go in. And these usually give you a good warning as far as how far to push it, because the last thing you want to do is either rip the suit or break a joint. I mean, sometimes Hot Toys does provide some spare joints, which is cool, but it's not enough to replace all of them. So just keep that in mind. This is the number one thing. Are you guys ready? All right, guys, here we go. Look at that. Mark 85 in the packaging, in the styrofoam. Look at that. There you got that head right there. And then here's the tray. So there's that back piece that we're talking about. Got all the batteries back there. Oh, cool. So thankfully it comes with a little scooper to pop open the compartments where the battery's gonna go. Obviously, you're still gonna have to use use a screwdriver probably. There's the base. That base looks pretty cool. All right, cool. So we'll get this out and give you guys a closer look at all the accessories. Yeah. All right, guys. So here's a close up on the accessories. 2 pairs of each hand, not including that thing right there. But look at that. So these ones, if I'm not mistaken, these ones are articulated. Yeah, so these are the articulated fingers. So you can bend these up. Do whatever kind of look you want to get. But I mean, just look at that. So we got that. And then besides the articulated ones, we've got some, I would call these what would you say, repulsor hands?
Mm-hmm.
These are already in repulsing action. So we got those. At least with this angle right here, you can see a little bit more of the gold. Let's see if we can see that right here. Not really. So that's pretty interesting. So with this angle you're getting on on these hands right here, you're getting some gold on the knuckles, which is pretty cool. So you get a little bit more view on that. And then right here, what everyone is waiting for as far as accessories, the nano gauntlet. Just look at that. Obviously we'll get this on towards the end of the video, get you guys a look, see if we can recreate that infamous scene. But yeah, this right here, amazing. As far as another piece of accessories, here's that big back piece. I know I just went over that, but this right here, so that you guys can obviously now looking at this, remember the scene that we're talking about. It's with Iron Man in the rescue suit with Pepper Potts. This right here, for it just being plastic, which, you know, some might say it's unfortunate. They might want that die cast throughout. But I gotta say, this has got a little bit of weight to it for being some plastic. But this is pretty cool. Look at that. I mean, that gold, that red. We got a nice Avengers Endgame base right here. I mean, I don't know about you, but I prefer it being the smaller bases just because you can get more display space available. I mean, and then right here, I mean, got the collar piece, which is going to be for the head sculpt. Whenever you take this off, you're usually going to take off the neck piece right there. Put this on, and then put this right there. All right, so here it is, guys. This is the most controversial head sculpt in the past year. And I mean, for me, and I don't know what my brother thinks, but I mean, for us, maybe, I think this is a great head sculpt. As you can see right where my thumb is, you've got, I don't know, you've got the old age wrinkles, neck skin right there. I mean, I think some people forget Robert Downey Jr. is not immortal. You know, he may be a great actor, but he's not immortal, you know, so that old age, you know, you see it. You definitely see it in the past two movies, which isn't a negative. I mean, it shows you how long he's been Iron Man. You know, he's been Tony Stark for so many years. And we feel like this head sculpt right here definitely captures that longevity. Because I think for some of the second wave, as far as this figure, I think some people will be receiving the Mark 50 head sculpt. And we both had the Mark 50, which, I mean, don't get us wrong, it's a great head sculpt, but this right here, this is where it's at. I mean, you see a little bit of gray on the sides right there. Just overall, I mean, what do you think? Would you say this is what top-notch head sculpt?
Pretty accurate.
Yeah, so I mean, we're pretty happy with it. We understand the controversy, but hey, for what we got, well worth it. All right, so put this bad boy down right there. We'll get this guy posed. Well, not posed up, but we'll get him standing up right now and get you guys a wider shot with the Mark 85. All right, guys, here he is, the Mark 85. Not on the base, and I mean, most Iron Man figures aren't gonna need it as far as standing. I mean, hefty, super hefty figure, but man, I mean, the camera's probably not doing it so much justice, but this thing looks amazing. Just the red, the gold. I mean, overall, for me personally, when they showed that this was going to be the suit design for the movie, I was pretty excited because it's got a real classic look to it with the gold on the legs and the upper arms. I mean, we've all been used to the Iron Man suit changing through the years, but I mean, just look at that. I mean, it's got a little bit of weathering for some damage here and there, but for me, this has to be one of my favorite, if not my hands down favorite Iron Man suit. I don't know. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, when we first opened the box, I was blown away at first the way it looked, but I'm not surprised. I mean, we've seen Hot Toys do it before, go above and beyond to make these figures look super realistic. But not only that, I mean, it just looks real. It's like if they shrunk Iron Man down to a little 6 scale
Yeah, basically
size, but amazing figure. I'm completely happy with it, and they did an amazing job.
Go into some articulation real quick. It's basically what we've gotten with all the other iterations of Iron Man being, we've got the shoulder piece that does kind of slide up and down. I would say it's a little bit different this time, where it seems to have like a spring on it. Push it up, let it go, it comes right back down. Which can, it could be a positive and a negative, because if you're trying to pose it around and you really don't want it touching the arm, it's going to. You'd probably have to hold it the entire time. But I would say this is the best. It's probably one of the best ways to do it if you want to really hide the joint. So that's the good part, obviously, being able to hide the joint. And like I said, the negative would probably be whenever you're trying to move it, it's gonna constantly be rubbing it. But again, see, you got the arm coming out to, I would say, a little shy of 90. I don't want to push any farther than that because it's my personal one. But and then as far as rotation, yeah, I could rotate it all the way around if I wanted to, but with the shoulder piece being there, it obviously would probably get stuck. I don't know if you can see that, dude.
Oh yeah.
So back here, you could probably see it if you're in the back a little bit better. Right, yeah, right there. There you go. There's that butterfly joint, so you can shift it. That's okay. That's pretty cool. There's a slight bicep swivel. It's kind of hard to tell because it all moves together. But yeah, there's a slight bicep swivel. Then we've got the elbow joint. That looks like well past 90. That's not bad. It's always good to have a Hot Toys figure that can bend the elbow past 90. That's very rare. And then the hand down here. Let's see. I mean, you could rotate it, and I mean, the hinge, it's there, but because of the design, can't do a whole lot. Torso. So the torso got looks like, okay, so just like the other Iron Man, you can pull up. It's a little bit before you get to the waist. And there, you guys can see it right there. Perfect. So you can pull up right here, and you got a little bit more range of motion. So you pull that up, and now, boom. I mean, it's not, I guess, it's not the greatest in the world, but now you got a little bit of an ab crunch. Not bad. As far as going back, that's basically all you can do. You can't do a whole lot. But again, that's not too bad, because before I forget and get down into the legs, the head, obviously you can see that comes off for the batteries, but no, look at that. So you can get this Iron Man into a traditional classic Iron Man pose, flying, obviously. So there you go. I mean, so you've got that. You got a little bit of a tilt. Again, not too much, because again, this is all die cast. And besides looking up, you can bury his head down a decent amount, not too much, but respectable. He could look down on somebody if he had to. And I mean, that's basically it. And then again, obviously turning, like that's the easiest thing to do. But just to mention, this is a two-piece. So you got the head right here. I believe it's on a ball, and then you got the neck piece also on a ball. To mention, guys, on the legs, this is a little bit not different. I mean, they've done this in other Iron Man pieces, but the drop-down feature. I mean, it's a very subtle sound, but it does pop. So that's good, because you get to know if you've already dropped it down. Push this up. And then on the side as well. So you want to get those pieces out of the way. And yes, these are metal pieces. And with them being small, you know, you run the risk of you forcing it, you might break it. As far as going up, I would say that's as far as I'm willing to go without scuffing it too much, and that's still not bad. As you guys can see, that's just shy of 90. Not bad. Going back, if you had to go back, be right there. Going to the side, again, make sure these are out of the way. About there. So I'll say that's the only little disappointing side right there. It's can't kick out to the side too much. But oh, there you go. I'm sure that ratchet sound was a little louder. There you go. If you had to have them do the splits, that's as far as you're gonna get it. Oh, and there is a hip swivel, so it's not crazy or anything like that, but it's there. That's the good thing. So it is there, and I mean, I don't know. That's pretty good to me. That's past 90, and it's concealing the joint right there. I mean, look at that, dude. So that's pretty good. For me, that's a win for us collectors to get this past 90, conceal the joint, and it looks really good to me. Turn this around right here. Right here in the boot, we got this little piece that kicks up right there in the front, and then in the back, right there on the heel. And these look like, yeah, so these are on hinges. They're not going to be like the shoulder piece where they're going to be on springs. So these can be moved and kept out of the way, so that way you can move this foot however you'd like. That's as far down as it's going to go. As far as up, that's about it. Bring that back. There's a slight toe articulation. It's hard to pick that up on camera, but it's there. I mean, kind of, but it's there. So I would say looks like it's pretty much it, huh? As far as articulation is concerned, I want to get some of these accessories on here real quick, just to show you guys what it looks like. But let's do the head. Boom! There we go. So we got the head sculpture on there. I mean, that's perfect. I mean, in my opinion, a perfect picture of Tony Stark. I mean, look at that. We're going to show you some of the other accessories before we give you guys the juicy pose. Alright, guys. We got that back piece on right now. And I mean, oh, excuse me. This thing looks dope. I mean, look at that. Extremely cinematic pose right now. This is a pose worthy of the shelf.
Toyography, taking photography, photo shoots of Hot Toys. You can get some pretty cool, pieces in there, along with, maybe a Thanos battle scene,
Yeah.
A lot of cool stuff you could do with that.
Closer. We've got the Repulsor Hands right on there, and they're rubberish, like on the fingers. They're rubber. I mean, we're getting close to the end of the video, so like we promised, we're gonna get you guys a real juicy pose before we throw the lights on. Guys, look at that. We've got him in the infamous pose. As you guys know, there's gonna be a battle damage one coming out, but I mean, in the meantime, this will do. I mean, you got the gauntlet right there.
Perfect movie moment. You can just get it into the moment that you want. And I mean, it's pretty impressive to be able to do this, let alone with a die cast figure, get all this articulation that you can. But I mean, overall, I'm happy. I'm happy with it. I did just want to make one comment before we continue. If you're a collector, you should already know, but for those of you that don't know yet, when you're touching these Hot Toys, make sure that your hands are clean. Obviously, we washed them prior to doing this. If you want to, you could also use a little microfiber towel. But rid your hand as much as you can of those oils. Save yourself a lot of headaches by just keeping your hands clean and as dry as possible, because those oils sometimes will mess up the paint. the material, and you want to keep these things as pristine as you can for as long as you can, and that's one of the ways of going about it as you go ahead and do all these things that we're doing. So just wanted to throw that out there if you didn't know.
We're gonna get some of these lights in here, guys, so you guys can truly enjoy Iron Man. Real quick, guys, on the battery compartment, well, the holder for all the batteries for the Iron Man, it's gonna come with a little pick. This you definitely need for Iron Man. A little set of tweezers, and it's got a tiny screwdriver in there. You're gonna need that, so super important. All right, guys, there we go. That took a lot longer than anticipated, but there we go. We got the lights on. I mean, again, amazing. We're gonna go ahead and dim the lights down. Just there you go. That is amazing. As you guys saw with today's unboxing and review, this figure really has a lot to offer. It's arguably one of the best Iron Man suits that Hot Toys has made to date. It's hefty, great color, great likeness, and I mean, it's in my opinion, the best Iron Man suit you can get right now from Hot Toys. This is diecast, and for some of the poses that you're able to get it in, is ridiculous. I mean, it's diecast figure. But yeah, for me, hands down, a really, really great unboxing. Well worth it, and I'm happy that it's in our collection. What do you think?
Well, this is yours. I know this is Carlos's personal Iron Man. I got one for myself too, and I didn't plan to keep it, but after unboxing this guy, having second thoughts, and I might just keep him. I don't know. That'll be something though. If you guys are interested in, go ahead and DM us, and we'll let you guys know. But after unboxing him, I don't know. I kind of want to keep him. He's really cool, and I'm actually blown away with the finished product. Exceeded my expectations.
For us, as you just heard, it's exceeded both of our expectations. It's an amazing figure. I'm happy to finally have it in my collection. It's gonna be probably one of the best looking figures on the stand. But yeah, guys, make sure you guys check out Super Bad Action Figures. I don't want to forget about letting you guys know about that, because that's where we get all of our Hot Toys, and that's where we got this Mark 85. So if you guys are into Hot Toys, if you guys are thinking about getting into Hot Toys, definitely go to Frankensons. Tim, who's the main man over at Superbad, he's always there, and you know he's got his accomplice with him, Jesse. So make sure, if you guys are definitely interested, maybe not even just this, but in any Hot Toys pieces, check out Sideshow's website so you at least have an idea of what you're looking for if you're gonna get any, and definitely once you're set on something, I hands down recommend go to Superbad Action Figures. We're gonna put a link in the description below to their Instagram. They don't have a website set up, but their Instagram, it's pretty active. Send a DM. You see something on there, because they post, like I said earlier, they're an official retailer for Sideshow, so they're legit. So they'll have pre-orders up, and definitely if you see something you like, send a message. But yeah, make sure you guys, if you guys like the video, put a like. If you guys have any comments about the Mark 85, put them below. But ultimately, don't forget to subscribe. But until next time, thank you guys for stopping by.
All right, guys.
Later.